The following is a special presentation of Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the start of the quarterfinals of the Season 2 playoffs here in the HTFL. This will be my, let's see now. This is my 80, no, I take that back. This is my 99th game of the season that I have done on the Big Polly's World of Sports Sim channel. Did a few on PayHip too. And I think that's in the notes down below if you are interested in looking at that. Denver and Cleveland is going to be our stop for today. Denver is the only team to have won matches in the first two rounds, games in the first two rounds. Oh, it's going to be bitter cold in Cleveland Brown Stadium. 14 degrees and a wind of 10 to 20 mile per hour. Cleveland is the home team, so I will control them. They are the 1 seed, and this is because they won the North Division, and all the division winners got a double bye into the quarterfinal round. Denver has scrapped their way. They won at home over Cincinnati, and then they squeaked out a win over Minnesota to wrap up the second round of play. So we're getting down to the gritty nitty, folks, in this one. And a week from tomorrow, we're going to crown our second HTFL champion with Hometown Bowl 2. Peyton Manning against Otto Graham, and you got the very talented backfield of Jim Brown and Marion Lotley going at it for Cleveland. The coin flip, Denver wins and will receive, so there's nothing for Cleveland to do. They are in the, of course, the brown squares, and Denver in white. Upchurch back deep. Cleveland will not have the wind advantage in quarters 1 and 4, but they have a very, very good running game. They may not need it. And that kick into the wind, Upchurch brought it at the 13-yard line, and he returned it 25 yards to the 38. Let's set up the Denver offense. Some of you probably know this by heart by now. Davis and Hayes, Terrell Davis and Wendell Hayes are your running backs in the base formation. Rod Smith and Lionel Taylor are your wideouts in the base. Shannon Sharp is your tight end, had a big game against Minnesota. Manning, your quarterback. Clady Bishop, Nalen, Howard, and Lepsis are your offensive linemen. So look for Cleveland to try any stunts on the left side because Denver is weaker on the right. 1st and 10 from the 38. And there is the first throw of the game, incomplete. The cold weather not undermining Peyton Manning at all. But plus, he's got a wind advantage of 10 to 20 miles per hour, so he's going to throw. It was a dump to Davis. It falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 38. And the throw here, a completion to Lionel Taylor for a 14-yard gain. I forgot to give you the Cleveland defense just now. Ford, Burnett, Rimkus, and Shirk are your front four. Banks, Johnson, Matthews, your linebackers. Dixon, Menefield, Darden, and James are your defensive backs for the Cleveland Browns. A little weak on defense compared to some of the other teams that have made the last 8. But we'll see if they could prevail here today. That's another completion and a big one to Lionel Taylor. Menefield on the stop for the Browns after a gain of 18 yards. Setting up 1st and 10 from the 30. We have 13:49 left in the opening quarter, and as the Carpenters would say, we've only just begun. That is Terrell Davis, not Wendell Hayes. A trap to the right side, tackled by Clay Matthews, and it's going to be 2nd and 9 at the 29. I believe that is Clay Matthews Sr. His junior played for Green Bay. Here's Peyton on the run. You don't see that all that much. A 2-yard gain before he's tackled by Chip Banks, and that is going to set up A 3rd and 7 play from the Cleveland 27. Can Denver do it again? And they gained 12 yards on that play. That was Manning to Rod Smith. If they win, they will be a road team in one of the semifinal games. 1st and 10 at the 15. They will be placed against whoever is the highest seed to escape from the quarterfinal rounds. If Cleveland wins, they lock up a home game in the semis. Wendell Hayes for 2, Chip Banks again on the tackle. This is a 7-play, 49-yard drive. This will be play number 8 coming up. 2nd and 8 from the 13, and you guessed it.
Start. Offense. Number 60, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Usually when they call a penalty, that's my cue to go get a drink, and I'm having some Diet Dr. Pepper. Howard called for the false start, the right guard, and it's going to be 2nd and 13 from the 18, and I feel my nose running, so I'm taking care of that with the air conditioning on full blast. A very warm day here in Central Florida on this May 19th. And screen to Rod Smith, no gain, and it's going to be 3rd and 13, and Manning will need a very precision pass here, a precision-like pass, in order to keep the drive going. Here's Manning. He runs, and he will get the first down, but he fumbled. Cleveland has it. Don Paul forcing the fumble, recovered by Frank Menafield, and Cincinnati, albeit at their own 4-yard line, gets possession, and they keep Denver off the board. Could be a very telling opening drive there for the Broncos. For the Browns, Brown and Motley are your running backs. Speedy and Mitchell, Max Speedy and Bobby Mitchell are your wideouts in the base formation. Kellen Winslow Jr. is the tight end. Senior this year, played for San Diego. Graham, the quarterback. It's Thomas, Hickerson, Mack, Batonio, and Shafrath. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce that name. As your offensive lineman. So look for Cleveland to go to the left side more frequently. In fact, they're going to move their tight end over. And they're going to go off tackle left. Here's Jim Brown out of Syracuse. And you won't see the animation here. A gain of 5. Carl Mecklenburg on the stop for the Denver Broncos. For Denver, defensively, it's Price, Doomerville, Costa, and Smith, your front 4. Great linebacker core. Von Miller, Randy Gradishar, Carl Mecklenburg, Miller being the 10+. Harris Jr., Wright, Atwater, Thompson, your defensive back. So now you know all the principles. 2nd and 5. We're going to go off tackle right to Marion Motley. 8 in the box for Denver, and they hold Motley to a 1-yard gain, setting up 3rd and 4. Now, as I told you, Cleveland going into the wind had the best regular season record. They went 15-3 this year. Crossed to Max Speedy on 3rd and 4. And incomplete. So Denver should get good field position on this punt by Gary Collins. He's punting into the wind. And it's Upchurch taking the fair catch, not gambling on a return, with the possibility of forcing a fumble. So Denver back at it at the Cleveland 44. We have 7:35 remaining. Opening quarter, we have no score. Quarterfinal game in this HTFL Season 2 playoffs. 1st and 10 at 44. The 9th game of the playoffs. We've already played 8. And we've only had one team advance that played on the road. That was Denver beating Minnesota. Manning was trying to check down the Wendell Hayes, and that was incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 44. It is Manning looking for the tight end, Shannon Sharp, but that ball's incomplete. Manning has started 4 for 7 for 44 yards. It's 3rd and 10, and that's a throw to Lionel Taylor, but it will be short of the first down. Now, very intriguingly, they're bringing on McManus. This will be a field goal of 55 yards, but he's got the wind at his back. And that is a good kick by McManus, 55 yards, and it's 3-0 in favor of the Denver Broncos with 6:38 left to go. That is Eric Metcalf along with Peppers and Mitchell back deep for Cleveland on this kickoff, and I think that kickoff by McManus is going to land somewhere in Pennsylvania. 1st and 10 from the 20. And Cleveland already under the gun, trailing 3-0. Dive for Jim Brown on 1st and 10. Denver playing a little off, and that's a 3-yard gain. They were keying on Brown, but they did not have 8 in the box. Gradishar made the tackle, and that's going to set up a 2nd and 7. I don't think you're going to see Cleveland run the ball a lot with the wind in their faces. Pitch to Motley. And they were doubling Ozzie Newsome, the second tight end who comes in. That's a gain of 4. Atwater making the tackle. And we're going to stay in the formation, and we're going to look to Winslow on a short pass. 8 in the box for Denver, and Denver's defense holds. And very surprisingly, another 3 and out for Cleveland. Gary Collins
False
to punt it
start.
away.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
Hickerson called for a false start. He is the left guard, and it's 4th and 8. So it's Cleveland who's in the deep freeze on this 14-degree day in Cleveland. There's the punt. Upchurch is going to return this, and he is a bit of an expert at returns. A 10-yard return, 46 yards was the punt by Collins, so it's a 36-yard net. 1st and 10 at the 42. Denver with their 3rd series with 4:50 left in quarter number 1. This to Terrell Davis. Davis past midfield down to the 43, a gain of 15 yards. James making the stop for Denver. Denver sky high probably after that road win against Minnesota. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 43. What I started saying is it's very warm in Central Florida today. Some parts of the state, central parts of the state, could see 100 degrees today. It was 97 in Tampa. Manning fired to Sharp, 97 yesterday, for a 16-yard game, and Denver is cooking at the Cleveland 27. 1st and 10 with 3:48 left in the first quarter. And Davis, a 3-yard loss. Chip Banks is now out, and his return probable. Here's a familiar last name for some of you, Tony Adamley, and I believe that is the father of Mike Adamley, who played for the Chiefs and I think the Chicago Bears at one point in his career, but he's most famously known for being a broadcaster for many a year. 2nd and 13. And it's incomplete, looking for Lionel Taylor. So now 3rd and 13 at the 30 with 2:54 left, opening quarter, and a sack by Rimkus. So give a rim shot for Rimkus on that sack. Ba-dum-bum. And Denver will have to punt it as they lose 14 yards in 3 plays. Line of scrimmage to 41, the punt by Frazier. And down goes Frazier's punt to the 4-yard line. And again, Cleveland starting from their own 4, as they did on their first series with 1:56 now left. Dive by Marion Motley. And Motley straight ahead again at 2. Dumerville on the stop. 2nd and 8 from the 6. Mitchell coming in as the second wide receiver. And we're going to go to him on a medium slant. Graham could not find Mitchell. The ball knocked loose and incomplete. Setting up 3rd and 8. We'll screen it to Jim Brown. And that ball's incomplete. Graham off to a terrible start. 0 for 4, and their first 3 series for Cleveland have all been 3 and outs. Punt by Collins. And again, Denver's going to have good field position. 3-yard punt. The return went 37, so the net will be 34. First and 10. Denver has been in Cleveland's territory so often, Cleveland should charge them rent. First and 10 from the 40. Incomplete. Dixon draped all over Smith, but the refs keep their hankies in their pockets. Probably some ham warmers in there too on this 14-degree day in Cleveland. Second and 10. It's going to be Terrell Davis, a 3-yard gain. Johnson on the stop, and perhaps mercifully for Cleveland, this first quarter is going to come to an end. It's Denver 3 and Cleveland nothing. 18 plays, 89 yards for Denver, 11 passes. Cleveland 9 plays, 15 yards, 5 rushes. So now Denver goes into the win for quarters 2 and 3. Third and 7. Cleveland playing off, and that is incomplete as Manning threw that away, and probably lucky he did not get intentional grounding called on him. 4th and 7 from the 37. And another great punt by Frazier. This one out of bounds at the 5. So 2 very good punts back-to-back by Frazier. And it's going to be first and 10 for Cleveland in a familiar spot at the 5-yard line now. Motley on a trap, and he gained 4 yards there. Harris Jr. on the stop for Denver. We've just begun the second quarter, and Cleveland, perhaps that 2-week double bye week that they had, 2 weeks off for winning the division, is really playing with their heads. Speedy on a short slant on 2nd and 6 as Cleveland tries to get some instant field position. And it might have been caught by Speedy. Very good chance of an overturn. Let's try it.
Upon further review, the ball was secured before it hit the ground. The pass is complete. No timeout will be charged.
So that's the first completion of the day for Otto Graham. And perhaps signs that there are more good things coming Cleveland's way. First and 10 at the 21. And we are going to do a pitch to the right side. Here's Jim Brown. And Jim trying to turn the corner, did a bit, but not by much. 6 yards. Doomerville making the tackle. It's now 2nd and 4. We'll try the old play-action short pass to Ozzie Newsome on 2nd. 8 in the box. And that's on the money to Newsome. A 13-yard gain. Here comes Cleveland. First and 10 at the 40. Trap left. Marion Motley. And Motley will pick up a gain of 3. Gradishar on the tackle for the Broncos. 2nd and 7. Motley on a pitch on 2nd. And here comes Motley. 50, 40, 30. Inside the 20, inside the 10, book it, touchdown, Cleveland. Took a while for the Cleveland offense to warm up, but it was a sight to behold when it did. That was a 57-yard run for Marion Motley, and it's 6-3 Cleveland. The extra point by Lou DeToe Groza is good, 7-3. And we can now confirm a 6-play, 95-yard drive that only took 3 minutes and 28 seconds off the clock. So 11:15 left in the second. Here's Upchurch. And the ball gets to him at the 4. He chugs it up past the 30. Nice return, 29 yards. So Cleveland 7 and Denver 3 now. 11:06 left to go in the second quarter. Here's Manning. Looking for Wendell Hayes, and he finds him, and Hayes had a lot of room. A 7-yard gain, and that's going to set up 2nd and 3. Ball at the 40. And we'll see what Manning can do. Incomplete, overthrew Terrell Davis. 3rd and 3 from the 40. And Davis well short of the first down. Darden was hurt, his return probable. And we'll check on that Cleveland defense the next time they are on the field. They're going off here for a punt. And let's see what Frazier can do now. That punt to the 19. Well, there's actually going to say it rolled dead at the 20. And that punt went 40 yards. 10:04 now left in the half. It's Cleveland 7 and Denver 3. Motley 6 carries and 71 yards. But we're going to go to Jim Brown because you can't forget James Brown. Pitch to the right side. And if you know what John Cougar Mellencamp's song that's from, you're just about as old as I am. A gain of nothing. Dumerville on the tackle. 2nd and 10. And I think Cleveland's going to put it up. They're going to look to Kellen Winslow, medium crossing route. On target. A gain of 22. Atwater on the stop. We'll go back to Brown. Pitch it left. And Jimmy is going to gain a couple of yards there. Set up 2nd and 8. I'm going to go back to Marion Motley here. 8 in the box for Denver. And Motley says, I don't care. A gain of 13 yards. So Motley now 16 shy of a hundo at 84 on 7 carries. 1st and 10. The ball now at the Denver 43. And we're going to go play action long to Mitchell. Tried to stretch the defense out a little bit. There's the throw. Denver had it well covered. And it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Back to Motley, trapped to the right side. And he gained 5 yards there. Harris Jr. on the tackle for Denver. Setting up a 3rd and 5. Short pass. And we'll go to Winslow and hope he's standing on the corner. He was. And that's a gain of 10 and a 1st down. So Graham started 0 for 4. He's now 4 for 9 and 57 yards. How about trap left Jim Brown on 1st and 10 from the 28? Whoops, sorry. Hit the click button a little one time too many. A gain of 7. And Price on the stop for Denver. We're now on the ropes. 2nd and 3. Play action medium pass to Nazi Newsom. And no, not there. Setting up 3rd and 3. I'm going to look to Jim Brown here. We're going to try to rush for the first. Dive play. And Brown gets there. Gain of 6. Brown up to 29 yards on 7 carries. 1st and 10 from the 15. Brown getting a little tired. We'll go Motley's way. Trapped to the right side. He will gain 3. He is at 92 yards at 3:43 left in the 2nd quarter. This has so far been an 11 play and 68-yard drive. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? Another song from a bygone era. Trap right, Marion Motley. And Motley will score his 2nd touchdown of the day. He goes over a hundo. That last carry from 12 yards out gives him his 2nd touchdown. He's at 104 yards on the day. So this game has turned into the Marion Motley show. It's 13-3 with an exact 3 minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter. The extra point by Groza is good, 14-3. So Denver, probably awfully cocky after that 1st quarter. It's turned around for them. And now they trail by 11. Upchurch. We'll see what he can do. Takes it about the 2. And again, a very, very nice return. 34 yards to the 36. Denver going to a 3 wide set. They bring in Brandon Marshall, who is up here to left split end, number 15. Wendell Hayes stopped behind the line by Shirk. Loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 at the 35. Quarterfinal game here in the HTFL playoffs. Don Paul hurt, who is the nickelback. His return
Pass
probable.
interference.
And we have
defense.
a pass interference
Number
call,
29,
as you can hear,
automatic. First down.
against Hanford Dixon. So Hayden will come in and play nickelback. Sorry, folks, I was trying to suppress a cough there. Nickelback is what I was trying to say. 1st and 10 from the 42 with 2:25 left in the half. That's a gain of 5 for Terrell Davis. And we move on. 2:18 now left. It's 2nd and 5 from the 47. Denver looking for a score before halftime.
Holding. Offense. Number 87. 10-yard penalty.
We'll take the penalty on Lionel Taylor. 2:10 now left. 2nd and 15 from the 37. Looking for Marshall. Looked like he had it, but a hit jars the ball loose. 2:07 now left. 3rd and 15 for 37. Cleveland playing way back. And Wendell Hayes could only gain 3 yards. 2-minute warning. 14-3 Cleveland. Now, Cleveland has 3 timeouts. They used their challenge successfully earlier in the half. Denver lost a timeout earlier in the half. They have 2 timeouts, 1 challenge. So Frazier with the punt. We're going to try to return it. And Metcalf has an opening. He's into Denver territory. Could he go? And the answer is yes, touchdown. Eric Metcalf. No flags. So once in a while you see a punt return for a touchdown. That went 82 big yards. And Cleveland is off to the races. It's 20-3. Point after by Groza. No good. No good. 20-3 with 1:46 left in the half. Upchurch. Groza was one of the best kickers of his time, but remember, he also played offensive tackle, and remember, the kicking was not all that good back in 1950. So you could miss extra points very easily. Upchurch again, he's been very busy. Caught it at the 3, and he moves it up past the 40, a 41-yard gain to the 44. 1st and 10 at the 44. Don't count the Broncos out. They could get back in this thing. Peyton Manning has engineered some comebacks in his day, and being a Buccaneer fan, I know that firsthand. That game against the Colts on Monday Night Football, where they were down 21. That was a throw to Hayes. Banks making the tackle for Cleveland, setting up 2nd and 5. Minute 31. Incomplete. Looking for Taylor. Good coverage by Menafield. 3rd and 5 at the 49. Taylor, but I think he's going to be short. Yes, just a 3-yard gain. I'll call time because I think with the wind at my back, I could get down the field. 4th and 2. Here's Frazier to punt, and another good punt, getting it out of bounds and not allowing Metcalf to return it. This time, punt went 30 yards out at the 18. So 1st and 10 from the 18. We'll go 3 wide. We have 2 timeouts remaining. And I am going to go looking for Paul Warfield on a medium out, number 42. Overthrown and incomplete. 2nd and 10. How about Brown on a draw play? See if they have the belly for a timeout. They do. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. We'll go Warfield a short hitch. And we'll go hurry up if we get it. We don't get it. Check down to Brown and incomplete. So Gary Collins comes in, and Denver's going to get it right back. A good punt for Collins with the wind at his back. It went 49. Rubin on the tackle of Upchurch. A 6-yard return, 43-yard net. 1st and 10 at the 39, 54 seconds left in the half. Screen. And that is Marshall. Marshall's got a lot of running room. 30, 20, down to the 19. And you got to think Denver will call time, and they do. No timeouts left. First and 10 at the 35. They'll probably have to rush their kicking team if they don't get out of bounds. And they did not get out of bounds on that throw to Lionel Taylor. So here comes the kicking unit. And they're going to rush and they're going to snap it as soon as they're ready. Here's McManus. This is from 28 into the wind and good. So 20-6 now with 14 seconds left to go. Here's Metcalf. Can he add a kick return to his punt return for a TD? And that's a gain of 27. 1 tick of the clock left to go. And I'm going to go shotgun. Trips to the left. And we're going to throw one up. There's the replay of the kick, by the way. As I accidentally hit the field. We're just going to throw a bomb up. Have the quarterback pass it. And we'll go Warfield. Got nothing to lose going deep here. And can Warfield get by? No. And that'll do it for your first half. The score, Cleveland 20, Denver 6. I will be right back. You're watching the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims YouTube channel. And here we go, folks. Big Paulie back with you. 20-6 our score in this first of 4 quarterfinal games. Cleveland gets the ball to start the second half. 2 Marion Motley touchdowns, an Eric Metcalf punt return, and a missed extra point by Lou Groza has made this a 20-6 game. McManus has hit a couple of field goals for Denver, and Metcalf back deep. And as we start this second half, I'll run through the schedule for the remaining quarterfinal games. Metcalf, a very nice return of 40 yards from the 5 to the 45. Otto Graham has not really been all that effective. In the way Cleveland's been running, you really don't need him to. He's 4 for 13, 57 yards. Manning, 12 for 21, 134. In fact, let me just give you the plays and yards here. Denver, 31 for 161, 21 passes. Cleveland, 31 for 190, so they have both run the same number of plays. And for Cleveland, they have run 18 plays on the ground. Sweep to the left to Jim Brown on first and 10. They're going on the other opposite side of the tight end. And Brown gaining 6 yards. Second and 4 from the Denver 49. Our game tomorrow, which will be Friday the 20th of May, Chicago hosting New York. Trap left Jim Brown. We'll keep trying that left side. And no gain there for Brown. Costa made that tackle. Saturday, we will be on the air Saturday. And that game is going to be San Francisco hosting Washington. San Francisco has lost some games they should have won down the stretch. And Washington beat them early in the regular season this year. So you got to wonder if Washington can upset them. Here's Brown. And Brown with a first pass, the 40 to the 36, he gains 13 yards. He's up to 48. And Marion Motley already over 100. So let's give him the ball off tackle left side. And Motley with a 2-yard gain to get to 106 on the day. Pardon me, folks, I got a cough again, darn it. Our Sunday game will be a good one. It's going to be Dallas and Kansas City in Dallas. And then we take a day off Monday. We come back. We'll do the semifinals Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Hometown Bowl will be a week from tomorrow. Jim Brown on a dive on 2nd and 8. He surges ahead for 7 yards and gets a first down. So we hope you all are doing well this 19th day of May in 2022, the day the PGA Championship has begun, but Phil Mickelson is not there to defend it. I guess that little hullabaloo with him supporting a golf tour in Saudi Arabia might have something to do with that. Cross, Robbie Mitchell, 3rd and 1. Mitchell, it's going to be Brown wide open, and he goes in for the score. Graham very smartly, a check down to Jim Brown, and Jim Brown with the catch, and he catches a touchdown pass as opposed to his usual wont of rushing a touchdown in. Groza redeems himself with a missed point after on the last touchdown. 27-6 is your new score with 10:57 left in the third. Upchurch once again. Back deep. He's had some good returns. And this will not be one of them. 27 yards to the 33 from the 6. And that's where Denver starts. They now trail by 21. And that is to Terrell Davis, and he makes a nice catch. 19-yard gain, his first of this particular game. First and 10 at the 48. Manning will run. We have a marker down.
Holding offense. Number 78, 10-yard penalty.
Lepsis. That's how I assume you pronounce it that way. Lepsis rhyming with sepsis. And that's going to be a 10-yard markup. It's going to be first and 20 from the 42 of Denver. 9:47 left to go. And Wendell Hayes loses a yard. Johnson on the tackle. So Cleveland getting more and more confident on both sides of the ball. Second and 21 from the 41. Marshall, 11 yards. Don Paul making the tackle. Third and 10 from the 48. I don't think he's related to Rand or Ron. Incomplete. On a third down play, that was Manning looking to Davis. So on 4th and 10, Denver will punt. 8:13 left now, third quarter. Looked like a short punt. Yes, 25 yards. And they were trying to keep it away from Lepsis, not from Lepsis, but from Metcalf. But in doing so, a very short punt. First and 10 from the 23. How about Motley? Trap to the right side. 8 in the box for Denver. And Motley steams ahead for 12 more yards. That gets him to 118 on the day. Brown. Pitch to the right. And Brown, who has a catch for a touchdown. It was his only catch of the game, 27 yards. That's a gain of 6. Harris Jr. on the stop. And we got to go back to Motley here, right, on a dive. Okay, Denver playing short tight, so I'm going to go hitch to Winslow. See if we can go over the top. And we do. Winslow, a 23-yard gain. Atwater came from behind, tackled him. And it's first and 10 at the 36. Cleveland just firing on all cylinders right now. And Brown will gain 3. Smith, one of the defensive tackles, injured. He'll be out in a few plays. And that's going to bring in Malik Jackson out of the University of Tennessee. Second and 7. Trap left Brown. 8 in the box for Denver. And Brown past the 20, past the 15 to the 13. A gain of 20 yards. And that puts Cleveland over 200 yards as a team today. 27 carries, 202. 7.5 a carry, and 2 touchdowns. Speaking of touchdowns, Jim Brown doesn't have a rushing touchdown yet. Let's try to remedy that. Trap to the right side. First and 10 from the 13. And speak of the devil, there he is. Jim Brown, touchdown Cleveland. And this has turned into a blowout. 33-6. And another missed extra point for Ludito Groza. It's probably the only thing that's really gone wrong in the last 2 quarters for the Cleveland Browns. They lead now 33-6. 20 points in the second, 13 now in the third, and we still have 4:41 left to go in the third quarter. Upchurch is going to be taken by an upback, which is Ruben Drones. And Drones actually gets past right at the 40. Peters making a stop for Cleveland. But Denver now trails by 27. First and 10 at the 40. That's Brandon Marshall, a gain of 9. Paul on the tackle. Second and a yard at the 49. That's a throw and a catch to Rod Smith for a 13-yard gain. First and 10 at the 38. incomplete. So if this score holds, and it looks like at least the outcome will, Cleveland will host a semifinal game against the lowest seeded survivor of this round. Gain of 5. That was Manning to Taylor. So, for instance, say this score holds and Chicago beats New York. Well, there's your matchup, Cleveland and Chicago, in one semifinal. Manning to Taylor, incomplete. They're going to try another field goal of great distance here by McManus. But he's kicking into the wind, and he got it, though. He's hit 2 field goals of over 50 yards, 50 yards or more. A 55-yarder. He had a 28-yarder, and now a 50-yarder. So it's 33-9 with a minute and 55 left to go. Metcalf, along with Peppers and Mitchell, await the kickoff. Metcalf taking it at the goal line. And he's past the 30, out to the 33. And it was Gradishar making the tackle. He plays a little special teams. Pitch to the right for Jim Brown, 1st and 10 from the 33. And you got to wonder at what point will Cleveland bring in some reserves, as this outcome right now does not appear to be in any doubt. A 2-yard gain, Mecklenburg making the tackle. Trap right for Marion Motley, and he will gain 3. 56 seconds now left in the third quarter. We're going to go Paul Warfield on a medium cross on 3rd and 5. He caught it, and Paul with a 22-yard gain. That is his first catch of the day. 13 seconds left. That'll do it for the third. We have played 45 minutes. Cleveland 33 and Denver 9. Denver 40 plays, 217 yards, 29 passes. Cleveland 46 for 349, 30 rushes, and those rushes have combined for 220 yards. Brown is now a yard shy of 100 yards. And if he gets it, then both running backs will have gone over 100 on the day. So let's try to give it to him. Trap to the left. And Brown's off to the races. That's another 14 yards. So he breaks the hundo mark and leaves a few shards of glass behind. A 14-yard gain. He's at 113 on the day. Motley, let's see where Motley is right now. Motley at 121. Jet sweep to Ozzie Newsome on 1st and 10 from the 26. And he gained 4 yards. So even the tight end's making some yardage today against this Denver defense. 2nd and 6. We'll go trap right Jim Brown with 14:09 now left in the fourth. A 4-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Motley inside. And he got the first down. Just barely, but he got it. Denver not even challenging it at this point. 12:46. These are like in prize fighting gut shots that usually make the head a little softer and a little easier to hit in the later rounds. Trap right Brown, 1st and 10 from the 16, and he gets 2 more. Brown's at 119 on the day. Motley at 123 on the day. And let's see. We're going to go trap right Motley on 2nd and 8. 1-yard gain. 3rd and 7. We'll stay in the double tight end set. Actually, no. We're going to go 3 wide. We'll try the short pass to Paul Warfield. Keep the drive going. Maybe a score. Warfield, yes. Touchdown. Paul Warfield. 39-9. Can Groza make it 40? Yes, he can. 4 for 6 on extra points today. He's missed a couple. 10:24 now left in the game, provided Denver does not score 31 to tie it. And Upchurch took that about the 15. Into Cleveland territory.
Holding.
A return to
Receiving
47,
team.
but it's going to come back. Smith called for holding. Marius Thomas coming in as a 4th wide receiver. He's 88. And of course, he lost his life during the last NFL season. He was a former NFL player, and very unfortunate that he died so young. But he's here in the HTFL where you play forever. First and 10 from the 13. I know they set up a scholarship fund in his name at Georgia Tech. Davis running the ball, and I don't know why Denver would do that, trailing 40-9. Have they already given up? Clady on the stop. Manning incomplete in the
Pass
marker.
interference, defense. Number 27, 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Darden called for pass interference. I was going to say, when you see a throw and you see a flag immediately, you know what that means. First and 10 at the 23. And that's going to be Davis, a 5-yard gain on a throw. Second and 5 at the 28. 3 more yards for Davis. Third and 2. Denver's just wasting a lot of time running the ball. And they try to pass it to Davis. Pass might have been caught.
Upon further review, the ball was secured before it hit the ground. The pass is complete. No timeout will be charged.
So Denver challenging and succeeding on that challenge. No challenges left for either team. First and 10 from the 34. That's a run by Davis of 7 yards. Menafield on the stop. But it looks like, for all intents and purposes, Cleveland is moving on to the semifinal round, and they'll host whoever the lowest seeded team is that wins this quarterfinal round. Gain of 7. Don Paul on the tackle of Brandon Marshall. First and 10 at the 48 of Denver. 6:58 left. Denver just killing a lot of time. Demarius Thomas with that catch, gain of 11. Good to see that he got one. First and 10 from the 41. Here's Manning again. Incomplete. Second and 10. This will be the 10th play of the Denver drive. Davis, a gain of 5. Shaking my head because I don't know why you run the ball here. Marshall on that grab, a first down, a gain of 9. 4:34 left to go. Denver, another incompletion. Manning is now 22 of 36 for 226. Second and 10 at the 27. Deep throw. That's what they should have done all along. And Demarius Thomas has a Denver touchdown. It's 40-15. And your extra point, good by McManus. 40-16 with 3:37. I gotta watch for an onside kick here, right? Nope, it's taken by one of the upbacks. No, it was Metcalf, actually. Roby on the tackle at the 20, a 9-yard return. So not a lot left to do. We're going to take Graham out. And we're going to put in Bernie Kosar. And we're going to give it to Brown. We're going to try to use as much time as we can. Gain of 7. Now Brown at 126 on the day. Motley is at 124. Shall we give him equal time? Here's a dive for Motley on second. And gain of 2. So they both have 126 yards. Brown did it on 21 carries. Motley did it on 16. Third and a yard. 2:31 left. I'm going to just let the clock go to the 2-minute warning. I'm going to let Kosar do a sneak here. And did he get it? He got the first down. And I'm going to ask Kosar to take a knee. In fact, he's going to take 3 knees here. Okay, 1. And that should run the clock out. 2, 3. And that'll do it, folks. Cleveland advances to the semifinals, a 40-16 win. So Cleveland, if you count this playoff game, now 16-3. And playing at home in the cold in Cleveland, they're going to be a very, very tough out for the remaining teams in this HTFL playoffs. Denver winning a couple of games, finally eliminated. And the team stats here 397 for Cleveland, 294 for Denver. An outstanding rushing effort for Brown and Motley 42 carries, 255 yards. Graham, 8 for 17 for 142. They did not need him all that much, but he did throw a couple of touchdowns. And Motley and Brown tied at 126. Taylor with 6 catches, 54 yards, but it was Brandon Marshall with 5 catches for 78 that was the yardage leader. And as soon as I find my mouse, I'll tell you that Minifield led the way for Cleveland, 9 tackles. So that's one quarterfinal game down. 3 more to go. We'll have Chicago and New York, and that should be a great battle, considering those teams go way, way back into NFL history. But of course, the historical set of Dave Koch Sports goes back to 1940, and that is it. So we look forward to that game for you all tomorrow, Lord willing, and if the creek doesn't rise. And we are expecting rain tomorrow here in sunny Florida, and it will cool us all off after this hot day that we have had here today. This has been Big Polly, wishing you all Godspeed and God bless. Be taping Polly Talks Wrestling, the podcast, probably tomorrow. And we bid you all adieu. Have a good day, night, morning, everybody. Bye bye for now.